everyone, welcome to Crank It Up Podcast, the YouTube home of Brigand Games. I'm Jim Price, designer of Erudia Battle of Birthrights, and today I want to show you the Wizard Primary. The Wizards are not available in the demo, but had a chance to be voted in, and part of me wanted them to win because I really wanted to do this video. The Wizards have a theme of complete control, and when I play them, I feel like I can do anything, because I pretty much can. There's very little that the Wizards cannot do, as their spells offer a wide variety of offensive tools to control the game. I could honestly talk for hours about the Wizards because they are probably the most important primary in the core set because of what they represent. I'm timeboxing myself to talk just a little bit about it here, but the Wizards represent so many fundamental aspects of Erudia. They are almost verbatim with the initial design, with only minor nerfs. There is really only one card that differed philosophically from what it used to be. Last time I counted, and of course this can always change, approximately 1/3 of classes in Erudia are magically inclined, meaning that they have spells as part of their identity. This does not count dragons, who have a single spell, so it shows just how much spells matter. They introduce the concept of elemental cards and pay it off immediately, with a chance to pay off more in the future. Finally, they strongly support the idea of leaving room for your secondary. While every primary needs to be able to take care of itself, and the Wizard certainly can, to prevent spell on spell from being out of balance, the Wizards need to save some space in their balance, yet they don't require spells to reach their full potential. It's just another ceiling that they can reach, because the skill set can benefit from the secondaries in the core set in a lot of surprising ways. The Wizards are led by Magus, and if the exact reference isn't immediately obvious to you, that's disappointing. Magus has one of the most simple abilities in the game, to play an action. Not just a spell, but an action. This is important because it is a free play each turn, which can also free up your advanced slot for a strength, making the Wizards ever more efficient. Actions are generally the most impactful single plays, especially terminal ones, and Magus lets you get 2 at no cost. Because some Wizard spells are situational in that they are saved in the right time, the ability to integrate with your secondary actions, spells or otherwise, is really important. So you can freely use that action for a setup play, or have extra terminal plays, or just have extra control. It really depends on what you want to do and what your secondary allows. You generally have 20 actions, which is 40% of your deck, so have fun. The Wizard big plays are going to look very different because of their nature, and their first big play starts at the beginning of the game, the draft. Which acolyte do you take with them, given that 4 out of the 5 are all elemental variants of each other? I used to refer to this as the Erudia personality test, because you learn a lot about someone based on what wizard they draft. But regardless of personality, you can view this as having instant access to whatever elemental spell you want. If there is a particular aspect you need to shut down, choose that acolyte and wait for your moment. Have problematic modifiers? Grab Tellus. Powerful constructs? Grab Neptune. You get instant access to your own spells and those of your secondary if they have them, and this will always be relevant, because as I said, there are a lot of magical classes. In fact, the community content booster for the first expansion will have one element aligned with the Wizard Acolyte. But the Acolytes let you search your deck or discard pile, so you can view it through a lens of which spell do I want twice. For what it's worth, of the Elemental 4, I am usually on Team Neptune because of Aquacade. Why defeat units when you can waste them for your efficiency? The second big play is one that ties into Spiral Flare, which is not just an anti-cloaking card, as it means you could theoretically defeat any 3 health unit in a single turn. Spiral Flare is flexible enough to make the damage unavoidable to global targets as long as you have presence there. While you can absolutely use this to kill units, which is often done on planes, you may not want to, though it is extremely common to have Magus play Aquacade to move someone onto a planes, then Spiral Flare and double damage for the kill towards the objective. Instead, you might prefer to defeat the unit on ambush. Magic Missile is an ambush-only spell that can break the timing of ambush and play the other copy immediately. Note that Magic Missile can hit any rival target because it's magic. This means that you could damage a unit on the captured battlefield to swing it, or potentially solo it. You can damage someone on another battlefield just to set up a future defeat, especially since Magic Missile recurs itself. That recurrence increases the spell quantity in your deck, which is great for apprentices and Minerva. One of my favorite things to do is ambush someone on another battlefield before they can ambush me. I'm looking at you specifically, Attila. Magic Missile gives them a chance at a last-minute swing that can be the start or finish of damage from Spiral Flare, and incentivizes the wizards not to kill everything because they want to be efficient. Efficiency is important because the wizards only have so many spells in their arsenal, so they have to make them count. And for my third big play, I want to tie back into the first one, talking about the start of the game. Because the wizards have a ton of card draw and have spells that can act as counters, you don't need to draft royal items as a counter necessarily. The acolytes actually give you better access since you can instantly search for them, allowing you to take offensive treasury cards and effectively reduce the set of choices down from 12. You don't need Shard of Gaia, you don't need Ashes of Ifrit, although you can still take both of them. To a lesser extent, you may not need Sylvan Boots, but I like it for them anyway. Consider the fact that Minerva can specifically hunt for items, and it expedites drawing them by ensuring that your draw doesn't remain stale. The wizards draw a lot of strength from their treasury, so much so that I find myself taking the same 3 to 4 items each time. So what are those treasury cards? I won't discuss them all, but I wanted to highlight 2 in particular. The Blade of Erudia is such a great fit for Magus because of the card draw. If you want to burst with Magus, you can quickly rack up a lot of power with the extra spells. But Magus is one of the rare cases where I don't banish the Blade of Erudia, because with a little bit of recursion, I'm confident I can get both of them back, and I often have. The other one I want to call out is the Azuran Idol, because you have 4 attack-based acolytes that are perfect to come in, do a job, and then get sacrificed for Magus. It's especially nice that they can give you the spell that Magus can play immediately. The wizards have a versatile mix of spells already and can benefit from the spells of their secondary. In the core set, every booster has at least 1 spell, and 3 of them have multiple spells, fueling their card draws in extra plays, and really capturing the idea that magic grows stronger in the presence of other magic. But I'll also take them with any of the physical secondaries too, especially knights or fighters. Are you excited about the wizard class? Would you have voted for them in the primary? And what element are you expecting for the next booster? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let's shut it down.